Hi, my name's Adrienne, and I am a registered nurse. I started off, uh, it took me about 7 years to get my RN, and it was a long time, but I had so much fun. I started at a university doing my pre nursing. It took me about 3 years to finish out the program and to get into a nursing program. But what I did was I went to a private university and tried to go there, and it didn't work. It took me 2 years to get into their nursing program, and by the time I actually got into the program, the financial aid office told me that I had no more money, and I had maxed out my student loans. So I applied to a community college at the same time as applying to that nursing program, and I was accepted to both at the same time. And of course, the community college program was much cheaper than uh, the private schools program. So I ended up going to community college, and I got my associate's degree in nursing um, in Houston. And then I transitioned over to a university program after that. And so during my time as a nurse, my first year as a nurse was one of the most horrific times that I've had for work, and it was a real culture shock. I started off being a dialysis nurse, and I was learning dialysis and how to be a nurse at the same time, working for a private company. And my boss was very successful, but also very kooky and crazy. And I cried a lot during my first year as a nurse, and I got pregnant. And when I got pregnant, I had to actually, I didn't get pregnant. I switched jobs after I got 1 year of experience, because it's so hard to get a job as a nurse with no experience. So I quit that job, and then I went to my second job as a dialysis nurse where I was working in the hospital. And during that time, I got a lot of good experience with getting to know other nurses that were working in the hospital and actually perfecting my language as a nurse. Shortly after that, I got pregnant. And when I got pregnant, I was working, and really just 60-hour work weeks pregnant was really tough. And it was almost mandatory. So I ended up getting a job in the hospital. And I got a job at St. Luke's Hospital downtown Houston, and that was fun, but very, very challenging. And as a nurse, you only work 3 days a week, and during that time, it can, the 3 days could be like seven, and when you're off, it could be like two, and you're just tired and you're just all consumed, and it was really tough for me. So my son's dad opened a oh, that's my baby. So my son's dad had a hospice agency that he was running, and he thought it would be a great idea for me to come and work with him. So I quit my hospital job and I went to help him run his hospice company. And that was hard, and that was challenging. And I realized that, wow, I had dreamed to be a nurse, and I had dreamed to be able to help people from the time I was a little girl, and I was so unhappy. But the thing that drove me to work every day was the fact that I was helping people. Um, and the purpose of me telling you this is that I found happiness in freedom. And my freedom in nursing has really allowed me to find a need that's there for people that need a nurse. And a nurse's job is to educate, we are to educate people on how to take care of themselves. And if you are dealing with a nurse, most of the time this nurse is supposed to be educating you. And I found that there are a lot of people who go back and forth to the hospital, and a lot of people who have illnesses that really just go out of control, and it's because they have a lack of education. And so that's the purpose of my channel. I just wanted to explain my life or my career as a nurse. Right now, I'm a home health nurse. I've been doing home health for almost 2 years and hospice. And it's been really good because I get to see the sun when I'm working, and, you know, it's not inside of a hospital environment um, that I feel like I'm in jail when I'm in the hospital. I just feel like I'm in jail. So I can imagine how someone who is uh, in the hospital can feel like they're in jail. So the purpose of my channel is to help keep people out of the hospital, also to help other nurses in finding their freedom in the profession, because it has a very high demand and it's a lot of turnaround and burnout in nursing. So I want to help people who want to become nurses, and I want to help people who need a nurse to have a nurse without paying a $25 copay or without having to go to the emergency room. Um, and so that's what I want to do, and I just thank you for joining this channel. I hope that you like this video and you subscribe um, to my channel. So thank you, and give me a like and subscribe, and I'll post another video ASAP. Thanks.